Hey everybody, NG5 here, and sorry if you can hear the fan in the background there going on. It's a hot one today here in California again, and from what I heard, things will get cooler by October 20th, which is okay in my book. But today is day 3 of my October live stream. 31 days of Hallow streaming, I guess I can call it. And today we're going to be talking about something that drives me nuts uh, in the horror films is the zombie. And I'm going to show you real quick the first of the things that I don't like. And I'm going to be talking over this too. I have this at low volume because honestly, it's there's a lot of cliches in this as well, and I might as well double it as well, saying everything wrong with horror movies, like a cinema sense thing. So I'm gonna play this, but I'm gonna talk over it. I'll turn it up just slightly. First thing is, all right, here we go. Oops, I think I just showed my Discord. Hold on. I don't know if you saw. Wait, let me double check here. Let me just pull that up. Pulled up my Discord. Oh, never mind. The good thing is I had my Discord up in the background, but the good thing is because I shared my screen of YouTube only. I was a little worried, like, oh, geez, did you see my Discord? And it's like, no, because I'm looking at my share screen. The Discord isn't blocking my view, so let's look at this again. Let me just start over. I just got a little worried. So, blood, much of it. All right, let's take a look-see here. I'm hoping you can hear this because, again, like the first day, oh yeah, he's pointing a gun and he's probably gonna get Yep, he gets blindsided by an ambulance. And let's see, they run. There's random explosions. I don't know how zombies cause explosions. That guy's infected. Yeah, that right there is BS. That's bullshit. This is what I don't like about the zombie. Look at how fast he's running. And then he just goes after someone else. This is just, I don't know. It's retarded. Though I don't. Yeah, I don't mind the camera shots. They're pretty cool. And by the way, Dawn of the Dead is a remake of the George Romero 1974 film, the same name. Yeah, there's an explosion back there. That doesn't make a lick of sense. I'll get into it. Why, okay, hang on. Yeah, people crashing and all that stuff. But the thing I don't like about zombies, and this is going to be kind of a quicker live stream, is I absolutely, and hi Jose, I see you. The thing that I just don't like about modern zombies is this. Well, there's a few reasons. One, modern zombies move way too fast. Like, classic zombie movies like Night of the Dead, George Romero's original Dawn of the Dead, the zombies moved so much slower, They shambled, they attacked you, they would scratch you, they would kick, they would bite. But with early zombies, like in the 60s and 70s movies, and maybe even TV shows, zombies moved slowly, okay? That is the big beef I have with these modern horror movies is zombies are like marathon runners. They run super fast, and it's just so annoying, And another live stream I'm going to get to, because I got my my black book right here. Let's see. So today I'm going to be reviewing Zombies, why they're so cliched, on October 8th, coming up. I think it's going to be this coming Friday. I'm going to be looking at why does a zombie have to be infected with a virus? That is the most bullshit reason. That's like the most common staple now. Why are there zombies? A virus. 28 days later, Resident Evil. They all have to have some kind of fucking virus to make zombies. No, that doesn't work. I mean, in a way, it kind of works, but at the same time, it's like the go-to excuse for it. What do we need to bring people back from the dead? A virus. In Night of the Living Dead in 1968, it wasn't a fucking virus that brought people from the dead back. It was a downed satellite, okay? So that is kind of cool because the satellite's it's up in outer space and it's probably getting exposed to high amounts of radiation. When it crash lands on Earth into, I think it was a graveyard, it actually, the radiation, I guess, made muscles move and all that to where the zombies came back up, and they were, they were zombies, and that's totally fine. There have been theories, like Hollywood theories, as to why zombies move the way they do. It's like from Alien. There's one idea that could even be like alien mind control, and that just screams lazy in the Hollywood horror industry. Honestly, like, why would you revert to something that retarded? Another thing that I touched on it was I don't like how zombies are fast. They never should be fast, because if they were fast, even if it's a live person that gets bit and they turn into a zombie, you know, they run fast. Somehow they gain the ability to run stupid fast, like Sonic the Hedgehog fast. And I'm just face palming at that because that's not how it should work. Zombies are supposed to shamble, moan, limp and try to slowly get to you. But I guess in modern times, slowly walking to attack somebody is too slow, so they have to up the ante, like they injected the zombie on steroids and crack cocaine. On both sides of the coin, though, with like the classic zombie and the modern zombie, I will admit the fun part is when you shoot them, they are, the zombie horde. They're hive-minded because they want to eat flesh, but they're so absent-minded that if one goes down, they don't seem to care. There's the whole zombie versus military bit, and some zombies have made it into video games. There is one game I've played called Quake 4, and there's a point where you're in this stratification facility, and you run into these partially stratified soldiers, but they act like zombies. But the one thing that drives me nuts about that is at one point they have a shotgun. And that totally goes against what zombies do. They do melee attacks. They'll swipe at you. They'll bite you. They'll kick. In Night of the Living Dead, one even threw a brick into a window. Like, they had some cognitive sense, but they never resorted to guns and all that. I have my BB gun next to me, but I don't want to pull it out and scare somebody. But then again, I know some YouTubers do have BB. Screw it. Let me show you what I mean. It's a BB gun, so don't freak out. I'm telling you that in advance. So, this is supposed to be like a BB shotgun, basically. And, you see a zombie, you point, shoot. Simple as that. But when a zombie turns around, he's like, that's messed up. And I've seen this in Zombie Army Trilogy, but Rebellion, who made Zombie Army Trilogy, did the right thing. Instead of them, pointing it straight down, and trying to shoot you, the zombies in that, they would hold the gun, well, a pistol or whatever, and they would just be like, hey, you know, it's like they were drunk and they were just waving the gun everywhere. It rarely connected with the player, but it's so cool seeing a zombie just like. I'm surprised the recoil doesn't like rip their hand off or whatever. But again, just as a little reminder, this is only a BB gun. It's not the real thing. I just wanted to use it as a prop. So if anyone's watching later, don't get scared when I pulled that out. I'm just giving you the the visual reference of what zombies do with guns. They'll just wave it around like a drunkard and then shoot it. And I'm surprised they don't drop it, you know. But again, that's basically what zombies do with guns. Humans with guns, obviously, we can, you know, in the movies, you point it down, fire it, and somehow the spread shot would, you know, like if there were 3 zombies in front of me and I fired it once with a shotgun, somehow the shot would go through all 3, which is, you know, exaggerating. But again, the point is that zombies don't use weapons. I mean, in Zombie Army Trilogy, which is one of my favorite zombie games, they have melee weapons. Hold on, let me see if I've got something that would work as a melee weapon. You know, most zombies in that game, they use, you know, they'll use their own hands and stuff, but sometimes they'll bring out like a bone, a hammer, a wrench, another arm. Like literally, they'll be holding onto a severed arm used as a club. But again, with the whole thing here, again, BB gun. I want my viewers to know this is a BB gun. It's not the real thing. It's a BB. You know, they'll hold it like this. The zombie will hold it like this, you know, their finger on the trigger, and they'll just wave it like that. And they'll never have real aim. They'll be like, you know, they'll do that. And don't worry, this is empty too. There's no BBs in here. But again, with the whole zombie shooting thing, that just goes totally against what a zombie is. Zombies are supposed to do this and then swipe at you. They don't shoot guns, you know, unless it's specified. And then there's different levels of zombie. There's the standard zombie that I've been ranting about for the last few minutes, where they'll do this. Then you actually have intelligent zombies, kind of like Frankenstein. And again, referencing the Zombie Army Trilogy bit, they will use machine guns, but that's like their sole function. They'll just keep going at you and shooting and whatnot. So there are intelligent zombies, but they're very rare and whatnot. And there's also different kinds of zombies. Like there's, in the game Warframe, I consider the infested zombies. Look up infested in Warframe. They're essentially zombies. And you have all different kinds of them. You have some that are like chopped off at the waist and they crawl around, hence the name crawlers. And, you know, there's a whole bunch of zombies out there. But getting back to Hollywood land, I got on a weird tangent, but whatever. Zombies are supposed to move slow. They're supposed to only use their hands, their mouth, and their feet to attack. Let's see, what else don't I like about the zombie that makes them cliched? Oh yeah, they make the most telltale screaming and groaning noises, like somehow they've lost their ability to speak. Like, I guess in a biological sense, it would be like maybe their blood ruptured in their throat and clogged it or something, but, you know, they could still, like, maybe make guttural noises like, I will kill you, you know, something like that, where they yell, I will kill you, but it's all like guttural or something. I've already talked about how I hate how their running speed is increased tenfold. Again, it's like they're on crack and someone injected steroids into them. I hate that. For some reason, too, they have to either be coated in blood or they have to have part of their face missing. You ever notice that? In the Haunted Mansion movie, which I will get to later, the zombies in the Haunted Mansion, you know, they're heavily decomposed because it's been over 100 years since anyone's lived there, and they are all buried there. But for the most part, you know, they're skeletons. They're technically zombies because there's still a bit of flesh on them, but they're reanimated skeletons. And, you know, one pops up in the front of the screen at one point and screams. It's supposed to be a jump scare, which worked all right. But they look really cool, and they move slow. Eddie Murphy's character slams the crypt door on it and breaks its arm off, which was awesome. There's that also proves, excuse me, that they're slow, but they are also simple. In modern times with zombies, they're like me. They look like me, but they're like one of their eye is missing. They have like their lips have been torn off, exposing their teeth. They have blood coming out like the orifices. Orifices are like your eyes, your nose, mouth, ears. You take, they would make up to where it looks like half their head is missing, and then there's like you could see their brains. In some cases, their body composition is a little different. Like they have weird tumors all over their body. They'll have like bones protruding out from their back. Like it's overdone in modern times, where they, instead of a simple pale looking character of a classic zombie or a full blown skeleton like in the Haunted Mansion, they have to be all disfigured and mangled and stuff. Another thing I mentioned briefly is that, again, I'm using a BB gun, an empty BB gun. I don't want people to get scared. You shoot one, but they just keep coming. It's not like, it's like, I understand they're mindless, so to speak, but if you were to shoot one or whatever, and, you take down a couple, they still keep coming, like they just don't care. I get that they're on a one-track mind, but it's so dumb to see them just like, you mow a whole bunch, like I've seen in some movies, you mow them down with a whole bunch of machine gun fire, or in a video game, they just keep coming. They don't care. As a kid, I always said when a zombie was killed, they looked extremely furious that they died again. But it's retarded that they just keep charging at you and you keep shooting them. They just keep coming. They don't like how, and then that proves, and that also raises another eyebrow. It's like, how many people were quote unquote infected by a virus? Now that I mention it, I might as well do 2 for 1: the cliched zombie and zombie virus. So it'll be a 2 for 1 live stream. So why a virus? Why does it have to be a virus that turns people into zombies? Night of the Living Dead, I've mentioned, it was radiation from a satellite that crashed into a graveyard. It made them overly aggressive. And I can name a couple of zombie movies off the top of my head. By the way, the one person that's here, please let people know. I've said that in the last 2 live streams. But please, just let people know that this is going on. So, there are multiple movies, video games, I don't know about books, but definitely movies and video games that imply zombies occurred because virus. Dawn of the Dead, both 1974 and 2004. Remake was okay, but it's a virus. 28 days later, 28 weeks later, a virus. World War Z, a virus. Let's see, what else? Zombie Army Trilogy technically wasn't a virus, even though Hitler wanted to use black magic or something. You could technically say it was a virus. Let's see, what else? There's just so many. Oh no, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, both virus related. There's one that kind of, it's obscure. It's called Nightmare at no, that's a Twilight Zone episode. I think if I were to call it Nightmare at 30,000 Feet, that would be a reference to the Twilight Zone, which is not correct. I think it's called Plane Dead, Plane. It's basically zombies on a plane, and it's this super strain of Ebola, so it's technically a virus, even though it could be bacterial. Let's see, what else? There are zombies in the Haunted Mansion, but it's not a virus. That was just a curse. But to see all these movies and video games where it had to be a virus that that did this, it makes no sense whatsoever. And once this live stream's done, I'm gonna be editing this live stream's title to Overcliched Zombie and Virus. But again, it's retarded, And from what I remember, zombies would just, in the classic days, would just bite you and you turn into one. Nowadays, they have to tear you apart for reasons unknown. I don't know if it's trying to tap into a primal consciousness or whatever, but it just makes no fucking sense. And the whole thing too with that clip I showed earlier, with that one guy that ran out and he was chasing his wife. Those two were married in that movie, but then he gets infected by this girl. Sorry, it's so hot and my allergies are kind of acting up. I think it's my sinuses. I'm not sure. Um, but that the now zombified husband, he jumps up onto the hood of the car and then punches it hard enough to break the glass. And I'm like, no, 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 that doesn't work like that. Yes, zombies can run and they can jump a certain distance, but they can't freaking leap onto a car and then try to, Superman punch their way to their next victim. Granted, in Night of the Living Dead, one zombie picked up like a rock and started hitting the car window. So again, I say that that's a cognitive. They still have a little bit of thinking, but it's not their own thinking. They just want to get in somehow. But does Superman punch a window and run at super speeds? It's like Superman and a virus got together, and the virus was an undead virus. You smack them together, boom, you have a zombie virus. That's just retarded. What else don't I like about the zombie? They're too predictable. Some guy goes walking down. Again, this is the unsuspecting guy. And again, I'm using that prop. Guy's walking along, la 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 la. Jump scare, zombie grabs him, pulls him back, and then, before he can get a shot in, he's basically devoured. And that's at the opening of Dawn of the Dead in 2004, which is a remake. And it's just like, I can't understand why people suddenly have a panic attack or whatever, and they don't know how to either use a gun or find their keys. That's a stupid cliche. I don't know. It's just really dumb. There's so many other cliches I can think of. If you know of a cliche after this live stream is over, put it in the comments below and tell me what other cliches you can think of for a zombie. And as a pop culture reference, Copper Cab, who, as we know, is that irritated redhead down, I think, in the southeastern part of the United States. He made a parody video, I can't remember, of a zombie apocalypse coming, but instead of, something that could shoot a projectile, he had a pitchfork or something. There's no way there will be a true zombie apocalypse, though. That one news anchor in Dawn of the Dead said, when there's no room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. Well, at this point in time, if the dead were to walk the earth, they just get mowed down because the earth is a near constant state of war or something. But to sum up this live stream, because I'm going to keep this one under 30 minutes, I did say I'd try to keep it quick. Zombies, the modern zombies, like maybe from 1990 onwards, way too fast when they run. They have to make the most annoying screams. They pop up and the most, in those tense moments, you expect something to happen and it does. They'll do that. They're very stupid. Let's see, what else did I say? They are given sometimes super strength, and super abilities, which just don't work. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reasons. That's 7 cliches already. No. Has to be a virus. They have to run stupid fast. They're completely clueless. They have to scream and make noises and shake. Sometimes they'll be like that, which is really annoying. They have to be together. They can't do solo bits. They'll pop up out of anywhere. They'll do the jump scare bit. They constantly gun for you no matter how many you kill of them. which also kind of couples with the fact that zombies are morons. What else? They have to have some kind of disfigurement and or blood on them. What else? In a positive cliche, if they have a gun, they have to act like a drunkard when they're waving the gun around and they can't connect. But the whole zombie thing, it's just you can't take it. To me, you can't take it seriously anymore. Zombies are too predictable. They're too fucking stupid, and they're easy kills. And if I was in a Hollywood zombie movie, I would just be knocking them down. You know, like, hey, look, another target. There. Ah, boy. They are very, very cliched. And if anyone after this live stream is over has a cliche that I didn't mention about zombies, put it in the chat, in the comments below. But tomorrow, it's my live streams are all going to be afternoon first. So tomorrow afternoon, I will be talking about The Thing, the 1982 version versus 2011. What's good about them, what's bad about them, and what kind of stinks between the two of them. And from day 4 onwards, maybe, I'd like to have a guest if you're more than wanting to. By all means, I'll send you a link to join a live stream. But after this one, don't go asking me, can I join? Because the moment you start asking a bunch of times, it's pretty much an automatic no. So tomorrow, I'll be talking about The Thing, 1982 versus 2011. And by the way, the 2011 film is a prequel to the 1982 film. So I will see you guys tomorrow, probably around 3:15 Pacific time. So stay cool and have a good day. And stay healthy.